Hello everybody, it's Lisa here from Careful Minds. Thank you for joining me for this meditation, which is based on the idea of giving mindfully. And it was inspired, as you will know if you've read my blog, by a quote from Anne Frank's Diary of a Young Girl, in which she says that no one ever became poor as a result of giving. Now, in my previous blog, in my previous meditation, I was focusing on the idea that we are all connected by a web of kindness and that our daily actions are supported by the actions of countless living beings who enable us to have our cup of tea in the morning and get to work or school safely, all sorts of activities. There's very little that we engage in where we do not experience the benefits of actions carried out by other living beings. But in this meditation, I want to focus on our own acts of giving, which is sort of like our contribution to the web of kindness that supports other living beings. Because as that quote by Anne Frank suggests, when we give, we don't lose anything, particularly if we give with a mind of generosity. Instead, it gives us a sense of mental peace, a sense of well-being, a sense of value, doesn't it? But we have to think as well and be aware of when we are giving, how we are giving. And you will remember, if you've seen the blog, there's a photograph of a clenched fist next to an open hand. And I talk a little bit in the blog about how we can consider whether we're giving with a clenched fist, which means, are we giving because we feel that we need to, because it's expected of us? And so our mind is tight when we're giving that way, isn't it? And we don't particularly enjoy that act of giving. Whereas if we're giving with an open hand, it means that we're giving from a genuine sense of generosity, a genuine desire to help and benefit that person or that group of people in whatever way we will through our act of giving. And so the focus of our attention is completely away from ourselves and entirely on the other people. Now, in mindfulness, we're not making judgments. I'm not saying that you are a bad person if you're giving like this and you're a really good person if you're giving like this, because all of us will have a bit of this and a bit of that. It's just about noticing and being aware of what our motivations are and how these actions make us feel. Because when we're aware and we are able to notice the motivations, the intentions behind our actions, this then enables us to make choices that can benefit our sense of mental and emotional well-being. So in this meditation, I'm going to invite you just to contemplate an act of giving that you've engaged in recently, and just to observe whether it was given with a closed fist, with a mind of feeling that you had to do that, or from a genuine sense of willingness and generosity with that open-handed generosity. Okay? And again, remember, there's no judgment. We're simply noticing. So please now get into your preferred meditation position. And if you're comfortable to, then gently close your eyes. Or if you prefer, you can just drop your gaze to the space in front of you and just allow your eyes to gently unfocus, to go into that soft gaze that I usually refer to. And this is just so we don't become distracted by the space around us, wherever we may be. And then just to turn inwards now, we're just going to focus on our breath. Just becoming aware of our breathing and following the journey of our breath as we breathe in and then as we breathe out, so that our mind begins to settle and that mental chatter starts to still and quieten. Now I would like to invite you to bring to mind a recent example where you have given to another person or a group of people. You may have given material support in the form of money or materials that they needed. It could be that you gave someone your time. Maybe you offered to babysit for someone so that they could have a little bit of time to themselves. Maybe you gave just by listening to somebody in need. Whatever that incident is, just take a few moments now simply to look back on that incident, just recalling all the details that you can. As you go over those details, can you remember the mind that accompanied that act of giving? Were you giving out of a genuine wish to help? Were you giving because you felt that you had to? And remember, we're not judging here, we're simply observing, we're simply noticing. What was the intention? You may want to ask yourself, where was the wish to give coming from? What expectations, if any, did you have from this action? How did your mind feel during the act of giving and then afterwards? Using those feelings, those questions, you can simply reflect on that act of giving, developing an understanding of the motivation and intention behind that action. Now, having contemplated this, for the final part of this meditation, just making a determination to be open and aware of the intentions behind your acts of giving, focusing on developing that mind of generosity, that sincere, open-handed giving, recognizing that in this way you're contributing to the web of kindness that benefits countless living beings. Then, having made that determination, gently relax your concentration. Become aware of the space around you. If your eyes have been closed, then gently start to open your eyes. If your eyes have remained open, then gently bring the space around you back into focus and end the meditation. Thank you. So I hope that you feel that that's a helpful meditation to help you understand the mind of giving a little bit more. For more information, look at the blog, and I will see you again soon. Thank you very much. Take care and stay well.